Mega plans for this Devon countryside, the growing concern over what could be one of the UK's largest solar farms.
We're going to be living in the middle of a solar power station. We're going to be surrounded, it breaks my heart.
They've been dubbed mega solar farms and can cover thousands of acres. And they're controversial. Now one is planned for Devon that could be one of the biggest in the UK. Here's our environment correspondent, Kirk England.
We've reported on plans for a solar scheme in Cornwall that's around 200 acres and another in Devon that would be almost 280 acres if it goes ahead. But the Beacon Solar proposal from near Holsworthy dwarfs those. It could cover up to 2,700 acres. That's 1,100 hectares. Now, the government says solar is central to its mission to become a clean energy superpower. But as I've been finding out, some are worried about the move towards supersized solar. In the middle of a mega solar row.
It's going to be massive. It's a huge proposal. It's going to be the majority of what we see here.
Steve and Sharon Bolton say their dream retirement to Devon feels very different now.
It's just the shock, really, of the scale of this project. 2,700 acres is absolutely vast.
We're going to be surrounded. We're going to be living in the middle of a solar power station, and it breaks my heart.
The couple are now leading the campaign against what could be one of the largest solar farms in the UK. What about concerns over climate change and that solar power can help tackle that?
When every household rooftop is covered, when all the car parks are covered, and our commercial buildings and our hospitals.
Clearly, there are other methods of achieving our net zero targets. Offshore wind, it has an environmental impact, the same as solar does, but it has less of an impact on people's day-to-day lives.
This has been the response to another scheme of a similar size in East Anglia. The government says solar is central to its mission to become a clean energy superpower, delivering energy security to help get bills down. But back in Devon, it's the size of what's proposed here that's concerning some.
Well, I'm very worried. We run a holiday business and people come here for the beautiful Devon countryside and peace and quiet. I'm not against renewable energy. I think that's sort of a good thing, but there's got to be a balance somehow. This is huge, a huge development.
For those supporting the transition to a net zero future, solar is key.
We're seeing a big push towards renewable energy, and that's partly to deal with decarbonisation, climate change, but increasingly now it's a pathway towards lower cost energy and greater energy security. Particularly for solar, that's a technology where we've seen costs come down significantly over the last 10 years.
But campaign group Devon CPRE doesn't agree.
3 weeks ago, we were campaigning at Holsworthy against what had been up to that point the Devon's largest solar proposal, 279 acres. This one is 10 times the size. It's a mega solar. And my worry is that we're ruining, potentially, for a long term, we're ruining large areas of not only beautiful but very productive countryside.
The group also says it feels there are enough renewable energy projects already in the pipeline. Now, in a statement, the Department for Energy Security and Climate Change told us that as of September last year, solar farms covered around 0.1% of the total land area of the UK and complements work championing British farming and protecting the environment.
We are in a situation where we need to do everything we can because actually it's really tough to slow down climate change given how far we've let it go. So we need all these things. We do need offshore wind, we do need rooftop solar, and we do need solar farms. And I think at the moment 2/3 of solar energy in the UK is produced by farms rather than rooftop. It'd be nice to have more rooftop, but it won't be enough on its own.
The developer, Galileo Empower, says if the scheme goes ahead, it will help reduce reliance on fossil fuels. Kirk England, BBC Spotlight, near Holsworthy.
And thanks for all your emails on this today as well. Well, our political editor Martin Oates joins us now from Westminster. Martin, this drive towards achieving renewable energy targets is becoming politically very controversial.
Yes, we heard from Kirk there. From the government's point of view, it's vigorously pursuing this agenda. In fact, yesterday up in Lincolnshire, what is so far the biggest proposed wind farm, 3,000 acres, so slightly bigger than the Devon one, was approved. That and the Devon one are so big that they're classified as national infrastructure projects. That means they don't go through the usual local planning process involving councils. The decision is made by the Energy Secretary. Now, until fairly recently, there was a fair degree of consensus among the three big parties about the need to achieve net zero by 2050 and about the mechanism to get there. Then, just before the Conservative Party conference, the Conservatives said if elected to government, they would tear up the Climate Change Act they helped construct. They'd get rid of carbon taxes and renewable subsidies. These are the kinds of things previously only Reform have been talking about, and placing the emphasis on fossil fuels and nuclear instead. And perhaps confusingly for the electorate, people on both sides of this argument, either accelerating the renewable drive or easing back on it, both claiming that these approaches would bring bills down for customers.
Martin Oates, Westminster, thank you very much.